So you've clicked the video, which means you want to know who I have for the first episode of my podcast coming soon to this channel. Now, you've probably been on this channel recently because you found Fortnite videos or something really exciting. I also teach you how to create videos like that. So if there's something that you're looking for, then have a look in the cards right now and you'll find some information on how you can record your gameplay footage or edit yourself a gaming montage or something of the sort. That should be there in the cards. But here in this video, I'm here to talk about my brand new podcast, which is coming soon to this YouTube channel, and it's exciting. Right, so I'm going to give you a hint. I'm going to give you a hint of who the first guest is on the Making Waves podcast. That's right, I've called the podcast the Making Waves podcast because it's all about making waves, that positive influence that my stars or my guests, whoever I'm interviewing, makes. You know what I mean? So that's what the podcast is about. And of course, I've started it off with a bang, right? So here's the hint as to who I have on the first episode of the Making Waves podcast. So the person that I have for the first episode that I've already filmed with, by the way, and we've already filmed the podcast, but the first person I have is someone that is known for the X Factor. So if you live here in the UK, we currently have a X Factor show. Where's my microphone going? Where is that going? Oh, it's not tighten. That's when I need to tighten it up a little bit. All right, there we go. It's not going to move now. Is it cool? It's cool. Yeah, so at the moment on our TVs, on ITV, we have the Celebrity X Factor. And it's that very show, not the Celebrity X Factor, but the X Factor that started it all. Now, this star was performing with the likes of One Direction. So if you're a One Direction fan, I'll definitely watch this podcast as well, because this star was on stage with them in their beginnings when they, were contestants on the X Factor. This star was competing alongside them in the X Factor. So have you guessed who it is? Have you guessed who the star is? You know, as I said, they're on the X Factor. That's the big clue. This is absolutely insane. The information that is given in this podcast, things that you will learn if you're a performer and a YouTuber and more, is just out of this world. I never would have thought that this podcast would be so, what's the word? Educational, exciting, fun, all those things. It was mad. I laughed. The guest that I had laughed. It was amazing, and watching it back as I'm now editing those videos up together, it's amazing. You do not want to miss this podcast that is to come. And obviously this is a new thing that I'm doing as well. Podcasting is very new to me. I had, although I have a history on radio, podcasting is not something that I've done before. So being able to film basically a radio style show as well, you know what I mean? And it's all for you. It's all for you. So you guys can get the value as well. Like when this star came on the show, I was thinking about you guys as well, to make sure that you get something out of the whole podcast, that it ultimately helps you either with your YouTube channel or your business online. And you also get to see what the star's been up to as well. That's what the Making Wave podcast is all about. And it's all about the influence of that star, as well as the positive influence they create. You know what I mean? So we talk about all those things. Really exciting. You don't want to miss it. Remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Just thought I'd update you guys as to what's coming to the channel. Trust me, it's gonna be badass, man. You don't want to miss this. Like, oh my days. You'll start seeing the content coming out very, very soon. It's gonna be exciting. Don't miss it. And obviously I'm giving you a vlog today because I just needed to just update you on Wagwan, because the Making Waves podcast. And you can also get involved in the conversation as well over on social media. So if you're watching this YouTube video or a Making Wave podcast YouTube video through social media, you can join in on the conversation by using the hashtag Making Waves. So hashtag Making Waves is where we start a conversation off about the subject in the podcast or the star within the podcast, all those sort of things. You just have to hashtag Making Waves either on Twitter or Facebook or other social media to let us know that you're talking to us about, the podcast. I'm just mega excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun. There's gonna be a lot of gems that are dropped in this podcast. It's gonna be really exciting. So hit the subscribe button, notification bell. Don't miss a thing. Trust me. And yeah, and I forgot, yeah, if you know or you have an idea of who the person is that we have for the first episode of the Making Waves podcast, then get in touch in the comments down below. As I said, your clue is that the person was involved with the UK X Factor, right? And I've also mentioned that Celebrity X Factor is on now as well. So obviously this relates to what traditional media is now doing with the X Factor. And also, this podcast wasn't a sort of, the star wasn't away somewhere and, we've done an over Skype podcast. It isn't that type of podcast. This podcast was conducted in the same place. So the star came to meet me here and we filmed it here. Really exciting. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. There's more to come. I'm also building it. I'm not going to let you know everything in one go. There's a lot to come. Stay tuned to AnthonyAllenEdits and I'll see you in the next video and the podcast, The Making Waves Podcast. # The Making Waves Podcast. Stay tuned, man. Woohoo!